Yesterday, something quite magical happened. So, and I wrote about it in my journal. It was just that amazing. So, yesterday, I had an appointment at my doctor's office. And I always pray, before I leave the house for protection. And if I, run into any people, I just pray that they have, you know, a good spirit about them or that they're in a good mood, right? And so I go into the doctor's office. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I go into the doctor's office and, I check in and have a seat and I just start humming. Nothing in particular. I'm just humming a tune just to kind of calm myself and just relax. That's just something that I do. So, this couple next to me, I could hear them talking, and the man is starting to get agitated because he's like, "This appointment is taking too long. Like, you need to go tell her that we need to reschedule." So the lady goes up to the counter and she says, "This is taking too long. We have things to do. I need to reschedule." And so the receptionist is starting to look at other appointments, and by the time she's getting ready to schedule the lady, the nurse's assistant comes out to call her back. And so she looks at her husband and she says, "Should I go ahead and go back?" And he said, "Yeah, go ahead." And so he's, standing up at the counter with her. And I notice he has his bag on his shoulder, right? And inside this bag is a little bitty dog. And so his wife is called back to the back of the office. And I asked him, I said, "What's your baby's name?" Meaning the dog. And he said, "My dog's name is," let me make sure I get it right. He said, "My dog's name is Pyewacket." And I said, "That's odd. Pyewacket? That's a really odd name. Where did you get that name from?" And he says, "I got it from a movie called Books, Bells, and Candles." And I was like, "Oh, really? That's interesting." He said, and he starts to tell me about the movie, and he says, "But I could see it in his face, because he's probably confused by my youthful appearance." He says, "Yeah, it's an older movie, black and white. You may not know anything about that." And I said, "Wait a minute, you're wrong." I said, "I was raised on Alfred Hitchcock movies and series and stuff." I said, "I love black and white movies, and old classic movies." He said, "Well, you would love this movie." And we just started talking, and it put him in such a better mood because that man, he started getting cranky because they had been waiting a long time. Anyway, we started chit chatting, and um, he goes on to tell me that his wife is a former actress, right? And we just started chatting, and he puts me in a great mood because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, now you've given me homework. I got to go and watch this movie." So I woke up during the middle of the night, and because I had searched for the movie on YouTube when he told me about it, when I turned on YouTube, when I woke up in the middle of the night, it was already in the queue for me to watch. So I watched it, and it was amazing. The lady in the character was humming a tune in the movie. It was quite odd. One of the other main characters was a Pisces. That's my sign. Um, it was just a really good movie. You guys need to watch it. It's called Books, Bells, and Candles. And yeah, it's on YouTube. So watch it when you get a chance. It's really good. It's like a comedy, romance. It's really, really good. Have a good day, y'all.